Can you just stop football fans from having fun? Well, when it's for celebration and then no form of violence, it's allowed. But when lives are being threatened, then we'll call on CP Fatah Oshedi to send his men there to, actually bring some decorum. So that's his highlight from the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's continue the conversation with match day 35 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Now you see it's getting deeper and tougher because it's just 3 more games to the end of this season. So the Koiki joins us now. I was here yesterday. We're talking about these games. None of our predictions came to pass.
I told you, so none of your predictions came to pass. Every single one of mine came to pass. But with all due respect, that game, it's not allowed for fans to encroach on the pitch, no matter the circumstances. Even if they are celebrating a late goal, a late equalizer, a late winner, it is
because everyone has
totally
unacceptable. There.
Yes,
people run into
and
the
I hope the LMC took cognizance of this and will punish wiki tourists accordingly. Crowd control is an integral part of the Nigerian Premier League and any international sporting competition. I hope they will take this more seriously. They have to keep their fans in check and ensure that this kind of incidents do not happen in the future.
We'll wait for that result for match day 35 of the Nigeria Professional Football League, which it's not a different story. Anybody needed to win and they did.
Yeah, and the captain, Chinedu Udoji. Let's run through the results.
Fourth or fifth goal?
Yeah, fourth goal. Match day 35 results. Eyimba, Pippin, Kwara United 1-0. Chinedu Udoji, the captain, scoring again. 4th goal of the season. Kano Pillars had to come from behind to beat Rangers 2-1. Rangers,
Rangers actually got the lead.
Yeah, Rangers lead through Bobby Clement, and they got a man sent off. That's Emekeze. They play with 10 men. Then Aqua United, Austin Okonakman, you're going to like the story. Aqua United 2, Sunshine Stars 1. Sunshine Stars not really doing any good to their title aspiration.
It could have been as much as 5. Absolutely. For the Sunshine Stars.
Then Bayelsa United 1-0 against Abia Warriors. Maybe too late for them in the season. Dolphins 2, Academy 0. A good one for their relegation battle. Giwa FC 3. Wiki Tourists 2.
Late goal for Giwa.
Yeah. FC Fine about 1. Heartland 0. So much stories about Heartland, about the GM and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly taking over the team. Sharks 2. Shooting Stars 1.
Frederick Obomate with a brace in that game. I think Sharks had to come from behind as well.
Yeah,
in that game too.
Yes, Bengo Gubate going back to his former club.
So that's it. Update of a match day 35 results now. The game between Lobby Stars and Warri Wolves will be played tomorrow.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that ugly story, that game between Taraba FC and Nasarawa United. What really happened?
Well, Austin, before we came on, I was trying to get details of the game, and I called the team manager of Nasarawa United, Solomon Babaja. He said in the 36th minute of the game, that is in the second half, fans encroached onto the pitch, beat up the AR1. He fainted.
That's the assistant referee.
The assistant referee 1, he fainted, encroached the pitch, beat up the match official. Some had to be taken to the hospital by an ambulance. He sent some pictures. I think we've not been able to process that for the program. But whatever it is, I think it's too. It's an unfortunate situation. The match was even goalless. It was goalless. It's not as if the away team were winning. It was goalless, and in football you can score within seconds. So I don't know why the fans should encroach onto the pitch, beat up to the extent of beating up the assistant referee 1. That's what we learned. And I think the LMC should do something very fast.
Should do what? This is Taraba FC that have fines waiting on their head and they have not done anything, and the fans are still doing this. Today, a lot of education still needs to go into our league football.
Yeah, firstly, we just heard one side of the story. We haven't heard Taraba FC's side of the story, so it might be a bit too hasty to judge. I do know that Nasarawa United have evidence, in quotes, pictorial evidence of exactly what transpired. But we have to wait to listen to what Taraba said happened. But like you rightly said, we do require a lot of evidence, a lot of education for the fans especially. The average fan sits in the stand and doesn't even know the difference when the player is offside or not, when the goal is scored or not, what constitutes a foul or not, what constitutes a punishable offense by the referee. They don't know. So when they just take it into their heads that this must be some kind of injustice meted out on our team, the referee is against us, then that is when they begin to use their ignorance to perpetrate violence. But like you write, this maybe unfortunately the fan clubs in Nigeria are not registered, they are not structured, so there's no way to address them and give them proper education. These people come from different places and meet at the stadium and go to different places. They are not registered. They're by the club size that they claim to follow. You know, and so it's difficult for these clubs to keep track of them, and that is why you see these players or these so-called fans assault match officials, assault players, and it seems almost impossible, you know, for these clubs to produce them or apprehend them. And we've talked about the fact that there must come a time when we must carry out better policing in our match venues. CCTV is a non-debatable fact of modern day stadiums right now. The kind of stewards that you use that who are also plainclothes and those who are also in uniform, who are constantly monitoring the crowd, are also very important. But unfortunately, in this same league, and when you can bear me witness with, in this same league early this season, we saw so-called stewards who went into the VIP stand and were assaulting officials of the away team. That was in Akure. That was the game between Sunshine Stars and Shooting Stars. So a lot still has to go on. Both the fans and the clubs. Everybody needs a tremendous amount of education.
I'm sure you also agree with that.
I think
this is 2015. I was still hearing about it.
I think a greater percentage of the work should be done by the club owners. Because I've covered the league. Some of these hooligans, you know, are on the payrolls of the clubs. They know them. We were watching a game. A review of a game before we came on here. Giwa Pillars. A man entered the pitch and kicked the ball away from the fan, from the stands. A fan encroached the pitch and kicked the ball away. Immediately kicked the ball into the stands. The referee blew the final whistle and ran away. And some fans, beat up the referee. So this man can be pinpointed. Some of them are, are employed by the clubs.
On the payroll of the
clubs. They know them. Somebody cannot just come onto the pitch and wreak havoc. These clubs know them.
Apprehended.
It's not apprehended.
And it's not identified.
And it's not identified. So they know them. The clubs themselves should sanitize the league before the LMC will now enforce the rules. But if not, these things will continue. And we have lauded the LMC for a job well done this season. But this sins just towards the end of the season is not too good for them.
Well, particularly when we're wrapping up and expecting a big one between Warriors and Aimba. We'll just talk about the top four now. And if Aimba are still looking good, now next game is against I think Bayelsa United, but that's it. Aimba, top of the table with 65 points. BYFC second, particularly today's win. Good consolidation for them. 60 points. Warri Wolves still chasing. Let's see what they can do against Lobby tomorrow. They're third with 59 points, while Wiki Tories they are fourth on the table with 57 points. Who would have thought that Wiki would still be going on strong right there. Bottom four, Lobby Stars, 40 points. Kwara United with 36 points, Bayelsa United 34, and FC Taraba 33. About 2 months ago, you would argue that Kwara United won't be there, and even Lobby Stars. But that's football; everything is changing.
For Lobby, they have a game in hand. They'll play Warriors tomorrow in Akwarako Stadium, and perhaps if they win, they will swim out of this bottom four. For FC Taraba, they have not added the game they played today because it was abandoned. So we still await what LMC will do to that game. Whether rule for a replay or give 3 points, 3 goals. But for Kwara United and Bayelsa, Bayelsa, when you drop points at home, you are bound to be in relegation. They have lost so many points at home. They didn't do so well at away games. The same thing with Kwara United, lost a couple of games at home, and they've not been able to recoup, on the road. So it's not a surprise that they find themselves in relegation waters.
Just the way that our teams and our league is structured is just unbelievable. Just 2 seasons ago, Bayelsa United, newly promoted, was challenging for the title. And how many 2 seasons later, they are now facing relegation.
They even got to the semi-final of the CAF and lost to Stade Malien. So it's a problem of funding. When they are properly funded, they get good players. The players are well motivated. Then when they are starved of funds, players cannot give in their best. Some of these players have not been paid for months, and you can't get the best out of them.
So that's the story. Ember's next game, and set to the record straight, is an away game to Abia Warriors.
Yes.
And they'll be hoping
Home
to
derby.
Pick a
Week
point from
37
that is against Warriors.
very dicey for them against Warriors.
So that's it. We've got to go, guys. Thanks so much to the Koiki again for doing this with us.
Always a pleasure. Captain One Cup fixtures currently on the screen. Liverpool leading AFC Bournemouth by a lone goal. Nathaniel Klein with his 15th minute goal. Manchester City currently doing the business over Crystal Palace by 2-0. The game between Southampton and Aston Villa is still goalless, as is the game between Manchester United and Middlesbrough.
Oh.
Did you hesitate to quickly just do that because Liverpool was...
No. Actually, Liverpool, from what I've seen, Liverpool haven't really played that well. They've just been somewhat fortunate to be ahead. Still plenty of...
Rogers left you guys with average players?
The fellow cleaned out the pantry.
All righty, so that's the show. Well, remember, you can keep talking to us on Twitter, or channels_sports, and on Facebook, or channels_sports. That's the show on behalf of the ever-winning sports team at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakman. Tonight, it's the Golden Eaglets at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup against Australia. That's more than enough reason for you to keep talking sports. Bye for now.